All right, we're gonna start with the overall gameplay of the game. All right. Movement feels good. It's solid. It's heavy. I like how it is. It's a mix between Gears 1 with modern adaptations. The animations make the movement readable, and it's not overbearing like in old Gears where it was really hard for a new player to get into. Like in Gears 5, you could be moving backwards and sliding while like the animation is not showing that or reflecting that. So I think that these animations and the way that they made the movement is much better, much more grounded, while still also being that that formula that we've all fell in love with for movement. The slide, the jump. I thought the jump would be more significant than it really is. Jeez. The slide is actually much more significant than I thought it was going to be. But it's not a bad slide. It's not like a crazy slide. You can only shoot basically in a 40 or like a 90-degree window when you are sliding. Like if you slide past somebody, you need to time your shot right because you're not doing a 180 on your legs and shooting them. It's just not happening. And you'll probably die if you don't time the shot right. So it is very balanced, I'd say, the slide, and it definitely catches people off guard. Having the mantle to get on top of stuff as well definitely catches people off guard because instead of doing up A, the up A move, you all know what I'm talking about. If you've been playing Gears of War multiplayer for a long time, you can now mantle on top of something, stand up there, and then just shoot down on them, which really catches them off guard. It opens up a new form of fighting. So blind firing overhead sometimes might actually be better than doing an up A. But obviously as time goes on, we're going to have to figure that out and be able to read the enemy's movement better. It is definitely something that catches people off guard as of right now. Let's see. The few major issues that I am running into is desync, hit reg, and some of the animations are definitely out of line and not feeling great, both in Horde and PvP, and in just with this last match that I just played right before I'm doing this first impressions. I did get some pretty crazy frame drops, which I have not had at any other time throughout my, let me see how many hours I've been playing here. I've played 10.6 hours worth of the beta in the past 2 days. And I'm just now getting some frame drops and some frame stutters after 10 hours. There definitely needs to be some optimization done. There definitely needs to be some network optimization done. I'm also seeing like some of the animations where somebody is still reloading or something like that on my end and they're shooting me. So I'm not sure if that's the animation is tied to the server or something or whatever, or that's ping, but something definitely needs to be worked on in terms of the in terms of the network and the optimization. Having frame rate capped at 144 FPS on PC feels pretty bad, even though I'm not even hitting that and I'm playing on like medium graphic settings with a pretty beefy PC. So again, definitely more optimization. I do hope by October 1st. If you guys don't know, you get to play 5 days early. So the game will release on October 1st. If you pre-order, I think like the collector's edition or elite edition or whatever. So I do hope by October 1st when the game launches, it is more optimized. And desync is across the board, and for Horde, for multiplayer, all of it. They've definitely slowed the game down a good bit. You could definitely tell when you're trying to sprint somewhere, it's not as fast. You feel the weight of your character for sure. You can feel the weight of the locust that I think in lore they have like concrete skin or something like that. You can feel the weight of the armor that the cogs are wearing. And it's really cool. I think it's going to be really great for the campaign and stuff. The movement is very fluid, despite it being heavy. They've somehow find a perfect mix of that. But they've still they slowed the game down for sure. You can tell in areas like with the movement, with the reloads, and things like that, especially how the Nasher has to load a shell before it gets to the actual part where you can active reload it. but they've done a good job at keeping it fast-paced while also slowing down the game. It's still got that back-to-back-to-back-to-back action that most Gears games have, while still, what's it called, still giving us a slower version, which will make it easier for newer players to get into. Overall, I do give the game a 8 out of 10. After 2 days, I'm still sitting at an 8. At first, I was at a 6.5. I wasn't really feeling it. It was feeling like way off. But as I played it more, I can feel the genetics, if you will, the DNA of Gears of War there. It's like the Coalition has learned what they did wrong with Gears 4 and 5 and decided, okay, we're gonna reset this. And it definitely feels like they've learned what they did wrong and are improving it. And I am 100% looking forward to the full release. So yeah. All right, moving on to multiplayer specific things here. Now we only have 2 maps at the for the closed beta. Maybe we get one next weekend. I'm not 100% sure, but if we don't, oh well. The 2 maps are 100% great. I love the maps. 100% rooted in Gears, and you can tell and whatnot. The way that they are designed around the new movement mechanics, it really shows that they knew what they were going to do, what they wanted the multiplayer to be like, especially with the new mechanics. Especially on Outposts with the little bridge that you can jump across and stuff. I do like that. I like that they added more verticality. It adds to flanking routes. It lets you do different maneuvers than just being, on a horizontal playing field. And I think that's how the movement is going to evolve, is going to be utilizing vertical movement more, while still also being, a great player at horizontal movement like a Vexes or something like that. They 100% allow for a wider range of playstyles as well. I do think there is a good mix of being able to, use like a long shot or some of the new weapons or whatever, while still also heavily favoring the shotgun gameplay that we all know and love in this game and whatnot. And all that. But speaking of the shotgun, I think the tuning is absolutely perfect. I think they hit the nail right on the head with the tuning. It's literally perfect. I don't think it needs to be changed at all. I think the range on it is perfect. I think it does feel a little inconsistent at times, but I do think that is because of the network issues. Again, I think a lot of the things that's holding this game back from being a 10 out of 10 for a Gears of War game for me is the network issues. The network issues definitely 100% got to be figured out just a tad bit. The new power weapons feel genuinely extremely good. The gut puncher is probably my favorite one. That thing is so much fun. I can get so many kills with it. Being able to manually pop it when you want. It is such a good gun, and I can't wait to continue to use it even more upon full release across different maps as well. But I do wish it was on Outpost, but I do think it would be pretty broken on Outpost. It would definitely help a lot. But the long shot feels great. I mean, it's pretty hard to mess up the long shot. Sounds are great. Sound design is great for all of it. But yeah, the Lancer, in my opinion, does feel a little weaker than past titles. But it seems like it has more stopping power than it did in other titles. Everything is crisp in terms of sound. Footsteps are a little crazy, I will say. There is a slider to even turn up enemy footsteps and turn yours all the way down. You'll still hear your friendlies and yours, but you can make the enemies extremely loud. And I had it all maxed out, but it actually makes it extremely hard to tell where they're coming from. And even still, I have it turned up to about an extra 2 decibels for the enemy footsteps. And it's still a little hard to tell where they're coming from. It's more of like a general direction of where to look, and then you see them. That's basically it. It's not like a attack FPS where the directional audio is extremely, it needs to be like extremely accurate or precise or whatever. But it is, it's good. It's good for what this game needs, in my opinion. It could be better for sure, but if it launches like that, I'm not going to complain. It's good. You figure out the audio relatively fast, I'd say. The new control mode that they have, it's one of the 2 modes, team deathmatch and then control. Control is extremely good. I really like this mode. I will definitely be playing it more when it comes out. Definitely different than your traditional King of the Hill, but still got that, like, you know, domination slash king of the hill mix. I like it. I really like it. I think it's fun. It's just good. I can definitely see why they're trying to make this their premier mode for ranked. It is good. It is a good mode. Moving on to Horde. The new Horde Siege mode is genuinely it's a banger. It's a very good mode. It's like Helldivers but for Gears of War. And if you're someone like me who's been playing this franchise for 20 years and loved Horde, loved Beast mode before, but you know your main bread and butter is multiplayer, I think you're still gonna like Horde. Horde is genuinely really fun. Again, it's like Helldivers but for Gears of War. Seeing the enemy. Let me see here. Let me go over my notes. Let me stay on track here. I think this is going to be the mode that most casuals go into. It's rewarding for one. It has great progression. What's it called? And you don't have to play. You don't have to deal with people like me who have been playing for 20 years, know what they're doing, move around like crackheads, know how to play the game, know how to control power weapons, control points, etc. And you know we're just moving around like we're just off a pack of blacks, white monster, and Adderall. You know, like we just know what we're doing with the game. I think this mode is going to allow the casual player base to really, really enjoy the game and all that it has to offer. The class system I really like. I definitely think it encourages team play. It definitely encourages what's it called, team comms as well. I will say I have tried every single one now, and I think the sniper class is probably the weakest. I don't know if it's like their ultimate or whatever it is. I think that needs to be turned up a little bit, because all it does is kind of reveal where enemies are, and it's like, okay, well, most of the time you can see where the enemies are. It's just AI. It's not crazy. Like if that was in multiplayer, it'd be a big problem. But it's not in multiplayer. It's in the PvE mode, and it's kind of like whatever. Every other class has something genuinely worthwhile for their ultimate. Especially the Breacher class, where you get like an adrenaline that instantly heals you and all this other stuff. It is really good. Like so yeah. But the sniper class, I definitely think could use like a buff in some capacity. Maybe it's one of those classes that gets better as you progress with it and unlock more stuff with it. But as of right now, it definitely seems like the weakest. But yeah, the way that you extract from the mode, I think, is really cool. You know, you get the helicopter comes in, you get to load up into it, you get to get on the turret, and you get to start shooting stuff. I think that's awesome. I really like that idea. It's perfectly fitting for Gears and whatnot. Perfectly fits the world. All of that. I can definitely see a lot of support for this mode in the future, especially with unique events. Maybe bringing in some like different monsters or like things to achieve. I could definitely see them doing something really cool with this mode, and I really hope they do it. I hope they like really support it, bring out like, I don't know, cool events, things like that. I'd also like to see them bring back the Beast mode that we had in Gears 3. The Beast mode, they made it and then literally never done anything else with it. I do hope they bring that back, maybe as a DLC or something. That would be really cool. I'd love to see that. I think this is by far the best version of Horde I think we've ever had. Seeing the enemies, seeing the other squads on the map, meeting up with them in the world and whatnot, really makes the game feel alive. It's really cool seeing a squad extract, and then you get a squad that replaces them, that comes in and does it. It almost feels like, I think the map is is always active and whatnot, and it's just basically squads rotating in and out. Like for one of the matches that I got into for Horde, I'll throw it up on the screen for you guys. We were fighting our main objective, so that way we had 10 waves to complete, and then a corpser shows up and another squad pulls up, and I don't know if the corpser was triggered by this other squad being there or what, but a corpser showed up and we had to fight our waves and this corpser together, and it was really cool working with another squad, because not only do they help you with the fight and stuff, but if you go down, they can revive you, they can pick you up, they can do a whole bunch of stuff, they can support you in a bunch of ways. And it's really cool how many interactions there are between the different squads. There's also like proximity voice, I believe, so that way that if you comm in game, they can hear you and things like that. I think that is so cool. I think the way that they have implemented the 3 squads into the Horde mode, it is really unique. I could definitely see 4 friends getting together and then just kind of going in and helping a bunch of other other squads or doing whatever. I think this mode is great. I think it is really fun, and I think the people that love Horde and the past titles and whatnot are going to genuinely love this mode. But yeah, overall, again, I think the game is an 8 out of 10. It is a solid game. If you are a Gears of War fan, I 100% recommend this game. I do hope they fix up some of the network issues, some of the optimization and stuff. I have heard on controller there are some issues, especially with like the movement and stuff. I'm not a controller player. I do play on keyboard and mouse, so everything is separate for me. So with that said, though, if you guys watch this YouTube video, please let me know what you guys think about it. Think about the game, think about the video in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more Gears eday content. And thank you guys so much for watching. God bless and peace.